Hi, I'm Jude from HeadFi.org with a HeadFi TV News Flash. Now, this is our very first HeadFi TV News Flash, but from now on, you'll be seeing these from us occasionally. Headphone news seems to be coming out much more frequently, and we want to cover it. Well, today we're covering an announcement that Shure will be making very, very soon. They're releasing a new flagship universal fit in-ear monitor. Now, Shure fans will rejoice because I know they've been waiting years for this, and today's the day that it's unveiled. It's called the Shure SE846, and I happen to have a prototype of it right here. I've had it for a few days, and it's absolutely fantastic. Now, if you've been waiting for a new bargain basement priced Shure, this ain't gonna be it. This is priced at about $1,000, so it's here to compete with the likes of the Sennheiser IE800 and other flagships from AKG, Air Audio, Fiteer, and other companies. It is definitely a flagship piece, and its performance, as far as I'm concerned, is definitely worthy of the price and the status. Now, we're going to start first because there's a lot of unique things about the Shure 846, the SE846 that we want to show you, and let's start by showing you some of the photos. Just looking at these photos, you'll see there's a lot of unique stuff going on inside those earpieces. Now, as veteran headfiers know, there are big challenges in doing multi-driver designs, and the big challenge, to put it simply, is to try to get all of these drivers to essentially act as one. And that's difficult when you have frequency overlap with these drivers that introduces a whole host of problems that the engineers have to contend with. Now, Shure has come up with some really cool innovation in a low-pass filter design coupled to the low-frequency drivers. It is very, very cool. What they've done, and you can probably see it in the photos and you're wondering what you're looking at, and what you're seeing with the low-pass filter mechanism is 10 stainless steel plates precision welded together to form a high acoustic mass pathway that, if you were to unwind that pathway, would be about 4 inches long. And it serves again as a low-pass filter. So bass frequencies begin to roll off from the from the low-frequency drivers at about 75 hertz. And the idea is to tail off unwanted mids and highs from the low-frequency drivers to make it perform as a real subwoofer. And I believe Shure is calling it true subwoofer sound. And I got to tell you, mission accomplished. It's an absolutely strong, impactful, visceral bass response from these, even more so than I've heard from some very good dynamic headphone designs. And it's very, very impressive. So that is one unique innovation that Shure came up with the Shure SE846. Now, to my ears, they've been very successful with this design because mid-range clarity is absolutely fantastic, but yet again, bass is very visceral. But I don't feel like the mids are in any way harmed by that. I absolutely love it. Now, let's get back to the bass. The bass is north of neutral. Again, it's very solid, very impactful, but actually I don't find it too heavy. For the music I listen to, which is just about everything, I have had no issues with any genre and the bass presentation of the Shure. But again, it's very strong and visceral, and I love it, but I don't find it too strong or too overwhelming at all. Something else very cool that Shure designed into the SE846 is an interchangeable nozzle filter system that allows the user to choose from 3 different treble profiles. It comes installed with the neutral profile that has more neutral treble performance, but you can also choose one that boosts treble a bit. I think it boosts it about nominally 2.5 dB from 1 kilohertz to 8 kilohertz, and then there's one that goes in the opposite direction to reduce treble from neutral a bit, again down about 2.5 dB from 1 kilohertz to 8 kilohertz. It is a very well implemented system. I don't feel at all in changing that frequency that I'm losing any coherence at all, but you are changing the tonal balance. Now, I can already tell you I'm not gonna use the one that reduces treble, but I'm so far kind of torn between neutral and the one that's a wee bit brighter. So I've only had them for a few days and I'm still playing with it, but it is awesome to be able to alter the treble performance. And I have a feeling I'll probably just stick with one. But even if I don't, it is very easy to change the nozzle filters in case you're worried that this is a complicated thing to do. It's not. And actually, we're going to show you how to do that right now. If you want to adjust treble on the Shure SE846, it's actually very easy and quick to do. You have to change those nozzle filters out. And here's how you do it. Start by removing the ear tip, and you'll see a collar at the base of the nozzle. The SE846 comes with this tool to remove that collar, and you just line it up with the notches on the collar. Turn it counterclockwise to remove the collar, making sure not to lose these small parts. So do it somewhere where you will not lose these small parts. Now you see the collar came right off after I unscrewed it a little bit, and that leaves the nozzle in the body. That now comes right out. Now you'll see there's a black filter inside the nozzle. I'll pull it out so you can see it. So there's a black filter in the nozzle now, and we're going to replace it with a blue one. In the production version of the SE846, these will all be clearly color-coded. You'll know which filter you're messing with when you actually get your production version SE846. In the prototype, the color coding is not fully in place. But we're going to put this blue filter in place of the black one we just took out. And we place it in there, and you'll see right now it's all the way seated in, which is how you want it to be. Make sure it's all the way seated in. That is not fully seated. That is fully seated. Just turn it until it drops. You'll also want to do the same thing with the nozzle when you put it back into the body. When you put the nozzle back into the body, again, turn it until you feel it kind of lock into place, and then it kind of drops. That's when you have it properly inserted. Put the collar over the nozzle, begin to turn it. And like anything else you're screwing in, make sure you don't cross-thread it. Once I've started it, I line the tool back up with the collar, turn it clockwise, and there is the filter change. It's just that quick and easy. And if I wasn't talking you through it, as you well know, it would be even faster. So it's very easy to do. So that's the Shure SE846, the new flagship universal fit in-ear monitor from Shure. And again, it's going to be priced at about $1,000. I think it's $999.99 will be the MSRP. And as far as release date, I'm not clear on it yet. I think I have an idea. But once we have it firmed up, I will make sure to post it in the forums and also in the comments following this video. So, but expect a summer 2013 release. So that's the Shure SE846. Phenomenal piece, long-awaited piece from Shure, a new flagship. That's big news. Hope you enjoyed this HeadFi TV news flash and look for more in the future.